Hi, I'm Reggie, the Chief Information Officer at ASAE. And I'm here with my good buddy Ron McGrath, who's the Chief Technology Officer at HighRoad Solution. And they're our latest endorsed business partner. And we're really glad to have them for a couple of reasons, but that'll come out in our conversation. So Ron, the other day I was thinking about what it means to communicate with our members and how we used to do it. And I was thinking about mail merges from the database and watching Outlook churn through 3,000 records. And I realized how important the integration is to us nowadays. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. With associations today, they're really focused on investing in technology ecosystems. Basically, they're going to make a significant investment in their technology platforms and partners. So it's really important that these systems work together seamlessly to create a unified, compelling experience for the member.
Okay.
And so when I talk to organizations, I try to get them to focus on workflow versus what each platform does. So for example, let's look at the simple process of a member signing up to attend an association's webinar.
Mm-hmm.
As a member, I would go to the association's website, I'd sign in as a member, I can register for that webinar. Hopefully within, pretty much immediately, I'd get a confirmation email confirming the signing up. That builds trust if you send out the email immediately. There will be a link inside that email that I'll use to attend the webinar. A couple weeks before the webinar, I'll probably get marketing messages highlighting certain aspects of the webinar, making it more compelling for me to attend. And hopefully a day and also an hour before the webinar, I get reminder emails. Mm-hmm. The day of the webinar, I can click on a link in the registration email, sign in using my member login. Hopefully I don't have to use a separate unique login just to attend a webinar.
Right, right.
And then once I sign in, after I attend the webinar, I'll probably get a survey from the organization so I can get feedback on the actual content and the speaker, and then hopefully the final thing would be a thank you email that has a link to an archive of the webinar along with maybe a link to slides.
Okay. So I'm thinking about now, and you mentioned the word ecosystems, and a great word, because I'm thinking about the number of properties that most organizations have now. You know, they have their AMS, which is their central hub to things that they do. They've got products like HighRoad Solutions, but also we've got private social networks and career sites and all of that. So do you guys just integrate with AMS systems, or do you integrate with a wide range of platforms?
Well, we actually integrate with a wide range of platforms. If you look at the example I gave, the workflow process seems simple, but if you're trying to create a unified approach, that actual process itself basically engages 5 different technologies. Like you said, the AMS, the website, which is an extension of the AMS, the webinar platform, the email platform, and the survey platform.
Okay.
And so if you don't take an integrated approach to that initially, it's difficult and almost impossible to create that unified experience for the member, or taxing on your internal staff to actually create the illusion of an integrated approach, right? Because they're manually moving data around. Right.
So when you think about it, for folks who are just kind of entering this kind of way of doing business, what kind of data might be stored in the AMS versus data that you guys might store in your platform?
I would say everything should start and end with the AMS, right? So any information you have about a customer, be that a member or a constituent or a prospect, should always start and be in the AMS. That should be the single source of a record. You might move between vendors. You want to own that data. And so all the other platforms should actually kind of sit off or fan off of the AMS and pull the data directly from it. Also, you want to write information back to the AMS. So that should be the hub of any integration, and then all the other technology platforms should work with the AMS seamlessly.
Okay. Yeah, another question I have, again, for people kind of getting started with this. You know, you guys, as I said earlier, have a great technology product. But why I was so interested in having you as an endorsed partner is this thinking that we do together sometime, you know, the strategic pieces of how do we make all of this work together. So in addition to the platform, what other kind of services might you be providing an association who's trying to figure all this stuff out?
Well, we offer a lot of consulting services, and so what we'll do is, before you can implement integration, you have to understand what the requirements are. So from an email perspective, what we're going to do is talk to the client, understand, you know, how they personalize emails, how they do their segmentation, how we need to be hooking into the AMS. Are they going to be leveraging lifecycle messaging features in terms of sending emails as their customer lifecycle changes with them? And then we're going to recommend in terms of the best way to send out targeted emails and get better, you know, uplift on their open rates and engagement.
Okay. Yeah. So as a final thought, if there were 2 things that you had to tell people in order to prepare themselves for this new world of communication, what would those 2 things be?
One is to focus on when you're actually purchasing an AMS or working with a technology partner, asking these questions up front, making sure that they have rich APIs, they have a lot of experience in terms of integration, and that working with other technology platforms is a priority to them.